Okay, we're gonna switch now to talk about Adobe. And you know, Adobe, one of the oldest methods of construction, it comes from earth. It's natural material, for God's sake. And the good thing about it, you could dig for your foundation, get the soil, and instead of throwing the soil away, you can make your brick out of it. And the beautiful thing about it, you don't have to use fuel. You don't have to burn the fuel and pollute the earth to build Adobe, because Adobe is sun-dried brick. By the right mix of clay and sand and some lime, you can get brick as strong as 30 to 40 times the original material that you have. Here is this group from California. They use right amount of clay and sand, and they add to it some straw, and they use the modern day concrete mixer to mix it, and they put it in a mold, and they let the sun dry, and they can use it. If you are in a hurry a little bit, there are some cheap machines that produce a lot of brick fast for you. Also, they compress it a little bit more so you can have higher strength as well. Here is the California, another smart guy from California, produce a brick that have high percentage of clay. If you are doing residential, guys, you don't need very high strength that we use for 20-story building. If you are building a single or two-story, we can use this green brick on the block that you can use, and it's very green, very nice. And you can add reinforcement to it as well. Can you guys tell that this is another production facility from Hawaii? And you can see the brick kind of brownish again because it's green. And from the photo you can see the reinforcement, because the code require that we make sure that you are safe in your home by adding rebar. I can see the different color between the concrete foundation, which is grayish, and the brick, which is brownish, because it's green with high content of clay. So the second earthen material is the cup, and the cup is just simply you mix sand and the clay, usually by hand, and you add some straw to it and some lime, and you can build it. You build it by hand, and you put a course like 6 to 8 inches high, and let it dry. And you came next day and you put another one, and another one, and another one. So what's so beautiful about cup? It's dirty cheap. It is really dirty cheap the way to build. You don't need equipment on the average, and you don't need forms, and it's really very cheap. But do we add some steel to make you safe in your house? The answer is yes. We add rebar to make sure that you are safe in your home. Also, it's required by the code. There are tons of buildings, by the way, hundreds of years old, and they still exist. It's a good idea for a cup house that you have good hat and good boot for your house. So we insulate the lower portion of the wall against the moisture, and also we put overhang a little bit bigger than the normal house to protect it from the rain. But the key here, if you mix the right amount of sand and the clay, and they add bonding agent like lime or cement, they are very much safe. Where else or how else, what other material can you add this beautiful stuff in your home? You can add it with concrete blocks, you can add it with sheetrock and siding, but with a cup, you can do a beautiful decoration to your home. Here is a healing center, a center for one medical doctor in North Carolina. So I'm really proud of my staff that designed that building, that is the first one in the East Coast to be approved by the building official for commercial use. In this case, it is a healing center. And here is another building on the same healing center, beautiful building. Here is inside, I don't know if you can see, guys, there is a metal wire mesh here to stop the clay from cracking. Another view from the outside, and another view from the outside. Again, that building is a healing center in North Carolina. If you'd like to see a good book about cup, I found that book to be very interesting. Building with Cup, Step by Step, by Andrew Weissman and Katie Price. That will conclude, guys, talking about earthen building, or as we say it, dirty cheap construction. Because it's really very cheap. And what is the beautiful thing about it? What's your name, sir? And we need to go back to the future and use natural green material. Because how many planet Earth do we have? It's only one, and we better take care of our only planet Earth.